YouTube was good. Hope happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, the male role models who are acting as fathers. We appreciate y'all, and happy Father's Day to y'all. Got a video I want to react to here. This is from After Hours with Anton Daniels. I'm gonna do a reaction. Y'all see the title as the dynamic of relationships change, so I want to see what they talking about and give my little 2 cents as well. But without further ado, let's get to the video.
They don't know. They don't know any Western society. They're in the Amazon. So I do know what it's talking about with that.
That's how we know that we are taught jealousy and hate, because it's a taught thing. Over there, it was never a thing. So they didn't know that I was supposed to be mad because my girl got fucked.
No, that's
They're
always
also
been
living
a thing.
cut.
No, I won't say that. I think
And
that
Always
in
been
straw
a thing. We
housing,
just
right.
we
I
have
think
to
that
get
it's
it
always
out.
been a thing for men, and it
Yes,
always
Captain,
will
it
be
is
a thing
real.
for men. Because if a man dominates me and I'm with you, then that feels like he's dominating you. I get that. I personally don't want to be touched by strangers, but I understand that might be what you want to do. I think genetically that's what we're more predispositioned to. Like that's why men can have 1,000 babies in a month, and a woman can have one in a year. You know, like there's a reason for that. There's a reason that we're set up the way that we are, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna fight nature.
No, it's not. It's not random.
What is the seesaw?
Hold on, yo. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I gotta hear Carrie on this because she's very quiet.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me just I want to hear what Carrie got to say. Come on. Oh, I got you, Quentin. Hold on. Give me a second. Carrie, what's your thoughts on this?
I definitely think that the dynamics have changed. I think that more people say that they are accepting of different types of relationships, but I think a lot of people are lying. And I think that a lot of people are just kind of rolling with how whatever happens, but that's not necessarily what they want to do. I think that one man, one woman is not bondage. I think that makes sense. I think it works. Those people, it don't work. You said it don't work.
Okay. Get your full thought out.
I mean that's pretty much it. I think that this y'all gonna laugh at me or whatever, but I think that these types of conversations are the reason why people need to get back into the word, because there's order there, there's sense there. Things line up better, in my opinion, that way.
Why we laugh at that?
Multiple wives.
I always make fun of me when I start talking about the Bible and stuff like that.
We just.
But I think that there are very few people. Let me not say very few people. I was talking to a friend about this not too long ago. Like the Bible implies, in my opinion, that God wanted one man, one woman. But it acknowledges that it's not always one man, one woman. To me, the Bible also implies that one of the reasons it shouldn't be multiple men, multiple women is the chaos and the disorder that gets created. And I think that there are some people who can really handle a polyamorous type of a situation. I think there are some people who can handle it with rules, with structure, with resources, with with all of that. But I think that's very few and far in between. So in general, I think it should be one man, one woman. I think that there should be like more structure to what a relationship is. And if you don't like that, what I do think is, if you don't like what a relationship is, don't be in one, and be honest about it.
And I think find your relationship and the way that you want it to work. That doesn't mean that you're.
All right. Before I want to give my 2 cents on what she just said. Has the dynamic of relationships changed? Yes, but discreetly. And I say discreetly because, the primary rule, what we all know, what we've all been indoctrinated to believe, one man, one woman, monogamy. as time progresses, honestly, truthfully, I only believe in one type of poly relationship. That's just my opinion. It's polygyny. One man having multiple women, wife, concubine, and all that. That should be the only poly. The polyamory and all these other ones where these open relationships, no. I'm not a proponent of that. There should be one king, just how it's been since the beginning of time. He take care of his women. I'm not talking about just sleeping around. I'm really talking about we really out here in the trenches working together to build family. Relationships ultimately are about family at the end of the day. That's the only thing that matters. Really. Family, children, under polygyny, it can work. But the man has to be the head and the women have to follow suit. They have to be the helpmates. They have to be willing to be in a support role. So people are practicing some form of poly, but in my opinion, people are doing it for sexual reasons and nothing else. But a lot of people aren't willing to do. I think mainly women don't want to do monogamy, even though truthfully they're doing it without even knowing it. Like if you, for example, like if you have multiple kids by multiple men, that's a form of poly. If you have multiple sex partners at one given time, that's not monogamy. So we really don't, in our everyday lives, when we date around, we don't date one person. We date around in most cases. So this whole idea of monogamy, in theory, that's just what we've been brought up to know. But what we actually practice isn't actually monogamy. So that's just my 2 cents there.
Not in a relationship. It just means that your relationship doesn't have traditional rules.
But I don't think that people, one, are honest enough about whatever their real relationship dynamic is, and two, I don't even think that even if they were, I don't think that they really know what their rules are. Which to Anton's question, that's why I do think the dynamic has changed. I think that there is way more acceptance of being all over the place.
Yes, because niggas. But because I'm gonna tell you why. Because niggas have found out that this monogamous bullshit that they've been pushing on us ain't never worked. It's never going to work, and it's not currently working now.
Well, here's what I will say, 2K. I 100% agree with you that monogamy is difficult if you ain't following this. I 100% agree with it. I'm sorry. If you're not following the word, it is difficult, in my opinion.
You know, it's funny. Listen, I'm not biblical or anything, but you know, the Bible references. I mean, the 12 tribes of Israel. The Bible references polygyny. So I don't know what Carrie's talking about, but at the end of the day, man, you do what's best for you. If you want to be, I don't think men their biology, tongue twister, their biology, men aren't programmed. Think about it. Men can literally, a handful of men can populate the whole world with their semen, their life force in their ball sack. Millions upon millions of sperm cells. They can impregnate several women by once. We have to think about that. Like, why is that? Why is that the biology? We were supposed to repopulate, recreate, and keep the human race going. That's the whole point. I mean, birth rates are down. A man having that ability, I don't believe that was by accident. That was by design by the Most High. That's just my 2 cents, though.
To be monogamous and happy and all of, and I agree.
Listen, so Carrie, as a human, what I have known to do is to follow my body. When my body tells me I'm thirsty, I get a cup of water. When my body tells me I'm tired, I take a nap. When my body tells me that I'm horny, now you telling me to pull out a book and ignore my body.
No.
No.
Wait, no. The book actually said, listen, if when you get horny, you need to do something, go get yourself a wife.
Listen,
But here's the thing too, Kay. But that's why I said the word. You gotta find a wife who believes in the word, because she will know that when you're thirsty, when you're horny, she gotta be available.
Listen, it could.
I mean, that sounds good, but like, here's the problem. Like, most women don't. They get in relationships. People get comfortable. When it's funny, when you're not in relationships, I would argue you have more sex with the girl you dealing with than you do if y'all get into an exclusive relationship. Dynamics change. You wife her up. How many countless stories do we have of people being in sexless marriages? We see it all the time. So like, yeah, women may know what their duties are. That don't mean they're gonna abide by it. Men know what their duties are. Are they gonna abide by it? So a man is horny all the time. So, and women are not in a lot of cases. That's why I believe, honestly, my personal opinion, I'm talking about men who got their stuff together, who are structured good men, have a plan in place. They should have at least two. They should have at least two. Two women. Those two women can work together to make sure that man is good, and can split up the responsibilities. And, hey, girl, I don't feel like effing him tonight. Okay, girl, I got you. I'll take care of that. Vice versa. Oh, I don't feel like cooking. All right, we can do that. It can work. People just got to have the right mindset to make it work. But ultimately, relationships in general are all about preserving our ability to repopulate and to bear children and to continue the human race. That's it. If we're not doing that, there's really you can get in a relationship for companionship, and that's really it. There's really no point to get married and have the family dynamic if you don't want to have children, in my opinion. Really no point.
You would think that getting married or love would evaporate these motherfucking feelings. I'm saying that'd be common sense. And let me tell you how you know that monogamy wasn't a God-made thing. It's not. Listen, God is either dumb at math, or it was never intended for him to be this way. How he gonna have 3-to-1 ratio women to men, and then say we all supposed to have our own?
Yeah, it's not even 2K is right. And what I said earlier about men having millions of sperm cells, and a woman can only be pregnant once a year. We have to think about these things. That's not by accident. There's more women than men. It's not even. There's not enough men. Forget even enough men. Women are so picky nowadays. There's certain men they don't even want. If he not a certain caliber, a certain height, a certain D size, make a certain amount of income, that shrink even more. There's not enough quality men to go around. You're gonna have to share. Gonna need 3, 4, 5-to-1 ratio. If we take into account how picky women, because women aren't just going down the street and settling for any old guy. They're not doing that.
Either God want us to share, or the nigga want that good at fast.
Get out of there.
No. Just common sense. Y'all see, listen, when you start talking common sense to Christians, they all blank extreme. But how can you say don't get your own opinion when there's not enough men to get your own up? Some of y'all
Everybody ain't supposed to be married. That's why.
Y'all dispelled that the other day. Who was talking about that the
Some
other
of
day?
y'all
That
got
there
the
were
shine.
more women than men, and y'all said that's not true. Y'all
That
said
is
that's
true.
not true.
Oh, no. Let me be very clear. If you look at the data,
Men.
if you look at the data, there is literally almost an equal amount of men on this earth.
49 to 51.
Right. It's almost equal, right? But if we have
That's not equal. First of all, the numbers aren't equal. 51 to 49%. If we take into account how many billions of people are on this planet, that still leaves probably millions of women more than men based on that ratio. No, that's not. No, that's a significant amount difference. There would be millions of women. There aren't enough men around for millions of women, and they say that's close. No, percentages are close, but if you take a deep dive, this is how numbers lie. If you take a deep dive into the actual population, you would see no. Yeah, they'll still leave millions of women that would be without a man. And like I said earlier, most women aren't want a certain caliber of men, which dwindles that 49% of men. That dwindles it down to more like 10%, 8%. No, actually even less than that. Because if he makes six figures, he's 6 feet tall. He has a peen size of 6 feet. And he got his stuff together. Fam. What is that? 5%? Probably even less than that. There's not enough of those guys. So forget the percentages. It's not 51, 49%. Out of those 49% of men, there's only about 5% of that 49% that women actually desire.
In a room of 10 women in a room of 9 men, some woman is gonna get left out. It's almost equal.
How many apples can Lil Johnny have?
See, that analogy doesn't make any sense to me because those 9 men have to have a certain qualification for those 10 women to even be interested in them. They're not even taking that into account. Out of those 9 men, only maybe 2 of those men can literally would qualify for all 10 of those women based on the criteria I just talked about.
In the basket.
But here's the thing. Not every person on this earth is in their purpose is necessarily to be married. Some of the very examples, and I'm not arguing for or against, the whoever point it is what it is. What I'm saying is, if we're just purely looking at it from a ratio perspective and trying to use it as justification for whether you should or you shouldn't, it's a bad argument because even in the Bible itself, there were a lot of people that forsake, the whole idea of marriage, in which they didn't necessarily advocate for it, but they believed that their purpose was beyond whatever it is that a woman could offer them. So if you're using that as saying almost like, hey, everybody needs to have this, that's not necessarily true.
But I mean, if you're talking
Listen, man, forget what Anton's talking about. You either gonna be the woman or you gonna be the other woman. That's how it's been. That's how all of y'all have been in polygamous relationships, whether you knew it or not. You either gonna be the woman or the other woman.
And I see that. And I'm more for honesty than anything. Tell me what's going on. Like, don't blindside.
That's what I agree with. What's her name? Kimberly. I agree with Kimberly, man. The problem isn't monogamy, poly, having multiple women. It's the deception and the lies that create the problems. That create the chaos in relationships. If men will sit their woman down and just let her know, hey, this is how I'm moving, this is what I believe in, give her the opportunity to decipher and determine whether she won't rocking with it or not, have an understanding, and either she rocking with it or she not. It's that simple, man. We don't need to honesty. Just keep it a buck. Just tell them what it is. A lot of times, if a woman's if a woman is feeling you, my bad, y'all, my bad. If a woman's feeling you, she's gonna try to learn to understand the dynamic as long as you have a plan and a vision in place. Just keep it a buck, and I promise you, they'll take you a lot further with women than lying and sneaking around. Plus, who got that kind of energy to be sneaking around? Too old for that.
Me, don't let me get caught up in the streets hearing something about you that you didn't tell me.
Yep.
That's where I am with it.
Y'all just living in this make believe
What
world.
was the last part of that question?
Mika said you gonna
Mika
tell
still
me
trying to get that last part.
I don't remember. I personally believe that, I don't think that women judge as much as we think that they do.
I don't think so either.
I don't think that women judge as much as we think that they do. I think that women are okay with the relationship dynamics being however you define it if they want to be with you.
Ding, ding, ding. I just said that. Shout out to Anton, man. I agree. Honestly, the best policy, you let her know what it is, and you'd be surprised. Women will be okay. If she rocking with you, I guarantee you. Especially if you a good dude, man. I'm to fellas, like, if you a good quality man, and hey, this is how you come and you let her know what it is, and there ain't no surprises, ain't no BS, and you come in correct with it, I promise you, she gonna rock with you. It's the lies, it's the sneaking around, brother. Brothers and sisters, it's the sneaking around. Don't do that. Just sit your woman down, let her know what it is, man. Let her know how you coming, and let it play out. 9 times out of 10, she's still gonna rock with you. I'm telling you that from experience. I'm telling you that because I live it. I'm telling you, this is what it is.
I just like to call shit for what it is. I'm not dissing nobody's religion. Hey, God has got me through a lot of tough spots in my life. But I just have to call it how it is. If it's up and down, it's up and down. If it's one, it's one. I'm sorry.
And the people that's saying cap in the chat, that all you telling me is that you don't know, you never experienced. Either you've never been honest enough and believed in yourself enough to actually be honest with a woman, or a woman has never truly shown you that you him. And it don't mean that you know what I'm saying, you could be him to somebody else, but you may not necessarily be him to another chick. So if you saying cap, then that just means that you got some more living to do, or maybe you need to stay in a relationship with just one woman, and that's not a bad thing either.
Now, for the record, I do play by the rules that make my wife happy. I'm not a cheater. I'm with one woman. So there's that on there.
So you gotta put your disclaimer out there, but
Yeah. I don't need
whatever rules that you.
Well, hopefully all the guys who heard the first part of what you said. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. We just having a conversation. This is not necessarily applicable to anybody in particular. We just talking.
Well, I'm saying hopefully the guys who heard the first part of what 2K was saying are still here to hear the second part of what 2K just said.
They said Slimmy is frozen. Is Slimmy frozen?
No.
Yep.
You know,
He is.
I'm one of them people. I'm one of them people. My impact
Slimmy always get froze on the craziest look, bro.
Yeah, it do. My impact won't be felt until I'm gone, bro. Y'all gonna look back at a lot of the shit that I said, and y'all gonna be like, damn, 2K was right again.
And see, 2K, that's how I feel in a relationship. If you want to end up over there, go. But you're going to realize once you gone,
Thank you.
what was going on over
But
here.
you have
or maybe I want you too.
Okay, Anton, I went back and listened to it. It was killing me because I only had one part. All right, so I went back and listened to it, and you said something about having relationships that you have the one person, then you have.
Oh yeah. You have the one person who you may slot and say, because for whatever reason, whether y'all got kids together or whether you develop a longer relationship, whatever the reason is, that person you kind of are a little bit more restrictive or selfish over or whatever. Whereas you then may have another person who you may not have gotten as close to, or maybe y'all are, where you were a little bit more transparent with or whatever. Whereas you with that person for the moment, but you're not necessarily restricting them from doing whatever it is that they're doing. And you may not even want to get as close to them so that you don't feel as restrictive about them because, then you'll start being a little bit more selfish over them. So, is the dynamics of the relationship different? And has it changed today, especially with regard to how it is that we see, the different people that we interact with?
So is that one person having two people or just two different relationships?
Or just two different what?
The thing is like the one guy who has the two women, should he like be careful with the second woman so he's not as possessive over her as he is maybe over the first one?
Correct. So it don't mean that he likes her. He may even love her, but at the same time, he doesn't get as close to her. But he's not as restrictive with her because he's not as close to her. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Well, that scenario is no good. Like, if a man's gonna practice polygyny, he's gonna love both of his women, and his women need to abide by the same rules. It's not being as protective and her having free reign to do whatever she wants is a no. No, there's in polygynous relationships there's exclusivity. Like those two women are dealing solely with that man and that man only, and that man is dealing with those two women. I'm with two women, but that my second girl, she got free reign to venture out. She could kind of do whatever. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. Because if she going out doing whatever, that means she gonna be riding another D. There's gonna be other complications involved. No, if you gonna there has to be, even in poly, there's exclusivity. I don't know why people think because you get in a poly relationship, you just out here slinging wood everywhere. That's not even the purpose of it. It's all about family and creating children at the end of the day and building a structure. Having more people, it takes a village to raise family. Anyways, the more people you have involved who are like-minded and on the same page, the better your community and your village will be overall. That's the whole point. If you're not trying to do that, then there's really no point in even partaking in that. Or if you want to be in a relationship for just, just for companionship, that's cool too. But poly ain't about just slinging wood. That's really not the case. Y'all coming together. Really, whether it be the head of the house, the 2 and 3 women, they all have a role to play for the betterment of that dynamic. It's supposed to make everything better, easier. We're alleviating responsibilities off one another to make our lives easier and more fruitful. That's really the whole point of this.
Yeah.
Or is he not getting as close to her for the simple fact he doesn't want to?
Right.
He doesn't want to what?
Get close to her and be.
He doesn't because he likes her or loves her a lot. He knows if he gets close to her, she'll end up on the same playing field as the other one.
Thanks. No. Thanks, me. I'm not gonna keep talking right now.
I think it's just about how bold he wants to be with his heart. Like if he's afraid that he's going to get close to the second one or whatever and get his feelings hurt.
No, I don't think that's what it is, Kim. All right, let me get back on. I think it's more or less.
I'm expecting you to be Nathan. Carry on.
I think it could be, first of all, he's taking into consideration what her situation is, right? That's number one. Because you can be considerate of another person. And you could also know that it's easier for women to fall in love. So if a woman gets too close to you sometimes she can't control her emotions, even if she said that she could handle it in the beginning.
Yeah.
No, they can never handle it.
Yeah, I think that works better for men than women because women want connection.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right, Molly. Because I've always said that at the end of the day, why would I be wasting my energy with someone that I don't like that?
Well, like when you aside, there's probably just enough man that you want.
Well, see, that's the problem.
I've never heard a side chick satisfied with being a side chick.
But see, it's a deeper level. It's a deeper level because you don't classify them. A side chick,
you don't classify them.
A side chick, in my opinion, is a chick that you run into, or you may be just dealing with, or it's just a situation. But I think that a person that you may keep a distance from that you deal with, it doesn't mean you don't classify them as a side chick. That's a person that you care about, but it's just a person that you trying to be more logical about the situation because you know that the dynamics might be different.
Oh, let me explain to Molly what I meant by that. So some chicks are cool with wanting affection and a little protection. Like they don't want the provision of a man at all times. They don't want, so like when you come over and you just love them in that moment, that'd be enough for them, Molly. Like not every girl want 100% of that man.
I agree with 2K. Especially in today's day. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people don't want relationships. It's more companionship when they're lonely and they need someone to just hang out with them, spend time. They don't need it 24/7. They just need it here and there. A lot of people get lonely at times, and that's when they want that male touch, male companionship. Same thing with men. They don't want it 24/7, 365 for real. I see it all the time. When I be online on social media, just dealing with people, just talking to people about these sort of topics, it kind of gets revealed. And a lot of people don't realize that's what they want until they start talking and be like, yeah, you just want companionship from time to time. A lot of people want exclusive companionships.
So it's not that they're a side chick that they cool with. It's like he just giving them exactly what they want.
No, she want 100%.
Because she's compensating with somebody else.
You just understand that
right, Molly. I think that's what the case is. She may be compensating somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that she don't want 100%.
Well, I mean, she cool with getting it from two different places. Like, you probably can't poke that button in the back.
Ain't got no choice.
I don't think that that's what happens. I think that in most situations, she just stuck in a situation.
You know that button I'm talking about.
In most situations, she may be stuck in a situation, bro. And it's not that she wants to be in that dynamic, is that's just what she in. That's the circumstance.
I really like to know some women who just want some of the nigga. Not all, bro.
Well, that's probably all they can get, but no woman wants some of a man.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Like you can understand that there's,
y'all are women, so I'm a rock. No.
That's cap. I'm gonna clarify. So there's women who don't want some part of a man if there's another woman involved. That's the catch. A lot of women say they don't want something, but they deal with it, especially when it's the man that they want. I'm telling you, when you that guy, women will make rules for you, make exceptions for you that other women won't. They will part-time deal with a guy, whatever they can get, if they know that they're comfortable and they don't have to deal with the other woman. Unless that dude got a lot of money, then they don't care. Because if they're getting some of he's generous and sharing resources, these women don't care as long as they getting a piece of the pie too.
You gotta look at it like this. There's some women out there that just think that some is better than none, and that's why they are with these men who have wives or whatever.
But they're settling, and they know they're settling.
Oh, that's why I said a lot of people act like they're okay one way, but that's not.
They're not.
really
No,
But here's the thing,
Well,
though.
I'm saying when they do some, meaning they're okay with being the other person, but they still want 100%.
Which don't even make sense, because you can't have both.
It makes sense, Molly.
It does when you're okay. So like
You can get 100% of somebody you have 50% of.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, 100% of your 50%. So you don't have to wash it.
Yeah.
So you
So
don't.
you're not supposed to do 50-50. You're supposed to give 100. It's the same difference.
Man, what is going on here?
Slimmy, wouldn't you not following along, Slim? What's
So you know how many chicks
we all on the same page here.
No, this is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. Fuck that, man.
you know how many chicks
You either
That's the analogy.
You are
Let
select somebody,
I mean, that's
somebody and get a small portion of them, or you not, and you don't get none of them. Whatever it is, you can't get more than what they offer. So if they only giving you 75%, that's all you gonna ever get.
But Snake,
They don't rationalize like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this percentage, and then I'm gonna get over here. No, you still want all of that person. So you're moving around, getting broken pieces of all these different people. That ain't the way you're supposed to be moving.
All right, that's it for the video. Anton Daniels, man, go check. It's After Hours with Anton. Go check out his channel. Very good topic. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. Hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. The road to 5K subs. Happy Father's Day to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.